What's going on, guys? It's your boy Worthy Prince coming at ya with another Lords Mobile video, and in this video I'm going to be sharing some tips and tricks with you that should help you find out if a castle is a trap account or not. Now the truth is there's no foolproof way to tell if a castle's going to have a load of troops in it if it's got an anti-scout, but there are certain things you can look at on a castle to kind of work out if it is a bit trappy or not, just to basically show some caution when it comes to attacking it. So let's dive straight into this, guys. Now I'm kingdom viewing 406 at the moment because I heard a sneaky rumor that there might be a guy called Mr. Worthy Prince hiding in this kingdom, and I think I found him sitting in his pretty pink princess castle skin. And of course we know this is a trap because it's my trap. It's my solo trap. So I'm just going to show you what you would look at on this to basically find out if it is or isn't a trap. So let's click on it. So there we go. Free gems for you. Unfortunately there's no free gems to be had here. But the first thing you're going to be looking at is the might versus kill ratio. You can see this castle is sitting at 70.5 million might, and it's got 61.5 million kills. That's quite a lot of kills. So this castle is either a really big tile hitter or it does like to get out there and fight. But there's something we can do to kind of work out if that is the case or not. First of all though, guys, show some caution when you see a low might castle with a high amount of kills. It is an alarm bell that should go off straight away. Now if we click on the profile and take the first glance, we can see the gear isn't anything to write home about. This isn't top-end war gear, and it's kind of what I would expect if this person is a fighter. So that could mean the real gear is being hidden. So again, another alarm bell should be sirening off now, right now, because you're not seeing the gear you should be expecting to see. Take a look at the hero. It's a gold Rose Knight. Okay, so it's not a pay-to-play hero, but it still is a gold Rose Knight. It is a level 60 player. And notice the rank. The rank hasn't been taken to rank 8. It's a rank 7 hero. That could be because this person doesn't want to increase the might on this castle by taking it to rank 8. So again, all these little things are things you should be looking at just on the front profile screen. Once you've gone past these few checks, the next step is to take a look at the statistics. So let's go ahead and click in that now. Okay, so we can see here that this castle's had a lot of victories, not too many losses, and it's had quite a few successful attacks, which tells me at some point, if it wasn't a trap, it did like to get out there and attack castles. But it could also mean that it still does attack. Now that doesn't mean it doesn't attack anymore. Not many failed attacks either, which tells me this person's quite cautious and will only really go in for an attack if it's something it know it can win. It also might be quite low because they haven't attacked for some time, which again could indicate this person now is running a trap account. Now we go a bit further down, we can see the successful defenses versus the failed defenses. That is a big difference there. Look at that, 401 successful defenses, 117 failed. So unless this castle's been hit with a bunch of one troop attacks, it tells me that it receives hits, and most of the time it will smoke those hits. Again, another indication that this castle could be packing quite a few troops. We go down a bit further. Now this is something people mostly don't look at, but it is also very important. Look at the comparison between the amount of kills the account's got, 61.5 million kills. Now look at the traps destroyed, 1.5 million traps destroyed. That's not a lot compared to how many kills it's got. If it's attacking castles, you would expect the traps destroyed number to be higher, which tells me these kills are being received not through attacking castles, but probably from defenses or hitting tiles. So it's kind of narrowing it down now. It's looking more and more trappy the more I look at it. If we go down a bit further, we can see that this account has lost 22 million troops. Now straight away, that's a massive alarm bell when you see that, because such a small account, you know, shouldn't have a loss of 22 million unless it does pack troops. So this is either an account that was once much bigger that potentially is zeroed. So I could be looking at a zeroed account right now, or I'm looking at an account that gets through a lot of troops. Either way, it's still looking pretty dodgy. Again, going down to troops healed, 12 million troops healed. Whoa, that's a seriously high amount of troops, which tells me this account uses its infirms quite a lot. Again, another indication, if you see a high troop healed number, again, we've only 61 million kills, that's quite a lot. So again, another red light should be going off there. And then we go down to something else, which is extremely important. Enemies destroyed might. 1.56 billion might destroyed for 61 million kills. That tells me one thing and one thing only. This person likes to kill T4 troops, and probably some T3 as well, but it's all high-end kills by the looks of it. Definitely not a T1 or T2 killer, which then kind of rules out the tile hitting scenario, because if this person was a tile hitter, the might destroyed would be so much lower than 1.56 billion. So if it's not a tile hitter, and this isn't someone that really hits castles because their traps destroyed is quite low, and their infirm healing numbers are quite high, it's pointing in all the directions now that you're actually looking at a trap account. Again, 93 turfs lost, that's not a lot, that's quite low, guys. So again, another indicator. And then attacked by enemy familiars. So 6 people have chosen to hit this castle with a familiar. They do cost gems to fire that off, so there must be a reason why a familiar attack was sent on this castle. The only reason people tend to do it is if a castle annoys someone. So again, that could be the result of a trap. This castle's then received a familiar attack. So if you see a high number of familiar attacks on such a low might castle, again, it's another warning sign that get ready, because if you hit this, you could be in trouble. Those are some of the main indicators you can look at. Going further down, we can look at enemies captured. 310 leaders captured. Wow, that's an extremely lot, you know, so that's a big number. I mean, he has had victories and successful attacks, so those leaders could have been captured through hitting other castles and capturing the leader, but still, that's quite a few leaders to actually go ahead and capture at 310. So again, you should be wary if you see a high number of enemies captured. You can go down and also have a look at the Colosseum rank as well, because if it's quite a high number, then you know this person's relatively new to the kingdom. It's not someone that's been growing in the kingdom since you've been there. So again, if they're porting in with such a small castle, it could be that they've come to that kingdom to try and trap. So make sure you keep an eye on their Colosseum rank. We can have a look at the resources sent as well. That's also a good indicator to show how active this person is within their guild. You can see this one's got quite a few million of resources that have been sent, especially more than they've gathered. Only 179 million gathered resources, which tells me this person potentially does purchase packs because they've got a level 25 castle. You know, they've got all these stats going on, all these millions of troops lost, but not a lot of resources gathered. So their resources are coming from somewhere else, and which most likely is going to be packs, which tells me this person potentially could be a pay-to-play player. With all these things we've looked at and all these stats we've looked at, it kind of is pointing towards the direction of a trap. And in this indication, we're right, because we know it is. It's a trap with 15 million troops. If I hit it, I'm going to lose everything and my leader. So when you look at a castle, you don't need to go into it as detailed as this, but what you do is after you click on a castle and see a red light as soon as you click on it, you then go into stage 2, and if this here is looking dodgy, then you go to stage 3 and spend a bit more time going through those statistics. But I guarantee if you follow those 3 steps when it comes to choosing a target, you're less likely going to walk straight into a trap. However, it doesn't always work. Like I said, this plan is not foolproof, guys. If I go to my saved messages here and check out this person right here, and this is coming up in a video very, very soon, or it might have already been up depending on when this video comes up, I don't know. But I just want to show you something. There's a castle here from FCB Lao Juna. If we click on this, you can see it's got 73 million might, Actually, the might was more close to over 100 with only 6 million kills. It's not a lot. Straight away, it doesn't look trappy. The gear isn't that great as far as war gear goes, but a gold big guy. So this person has spent some money on this account. And if you go into the stats, you can see there only 14 successful defenses, 9 million troops healed. I mean, that's not really a lot. The might destroyed is really tiny. 1 familiar attack. You know, this doesn't look like a trap. It looks like someone that's basically spent some money, worked on an account a little bit, and kind of left it alone. They've only captured 36 leaders. This doesn't look like a trap. If anything, look at the resources that are sent. It just looks like a glorified hyper farm, which is exactly what I thought when I first saw it. The only thing is, guys, this person was offline and didn't have their anti-scout on. So when I scouted it, I found this. Check it out, guys. Look at that. Now that is a solo trap. It's not how I would go about building it because it's all T1, T1 frontline as well, but it is still a solo trap. A lot of people would get capped hitting that. And I only noticed this because I got the scout report. They were offline, and then as you can see, there are some victories there. And again, I either showed this in a previous video or it's coming. I don't know. It depends on the order these videos go up. But the point I'm trying to make is it's not always as straightforward as to look at the stats and gear. You know, you might think something isn't when actually it is. The only way to really tell, guys, if you're going to hit a trap is to get out there and hit it. If you're nervous, put a 50% size boost on, go 375, send your T4 with a little bit of T3 buffer, and pray. But I hope these tips and tricks did help you to kind of, you know, look at a castle in a bit more depth and, you know, pick your targets more wisely, you know, before you go ahead hitting them. And yeah, good luck out there. And if you do hit a trap, oh dear. Anyway, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video and you hope that you enjoyed these tips and tricks. If you've got any other tips and tricks you know of, make sure you whack it in the comments. Make sure you sub to the channel, hit the like button, and until the next time, guys, you know how this next bit's gonna go. Stay safe, everybody, and peace out.